lovely people of the internet. I'm here today with a very special review of a deck by a very special person. The Water Temple Oracle by Suzy Cherub. Now, I haven't seen that many reviews on this yet. And I honestly was wondering why. But I feel like this was released in summer. But something has been kind of up with Blue Angel's international distribution. Ever since COVID, it looks like they never really got it back on track, which doesn't really matter, but this is, this does kind of feel like a, like a summer deck. When you look at it at first glance, you're probably going to be like, ooh, Water Temple, gonna use that in summer. I saw that Amazon did have it available, so I immediately, ordered it when I got the chance. Because if there is a mass market Oracle deck author out there that deserves my coin, it is Suzy. So you get this box. The insides are lined in this lovely blue, gorgeous silver foil stamping. And then let's read the back of the box together. Replenish, nourish, flourish, and flow. Immerse yourself in the wisdom of the 11 sacred water temples and their goddess guardians and emerge revitalized. A beautiful stream of creativity, awareness, and consciousness flows from Aphrodite, Mother Ganges, Anuket, and other vessels of sacred knowledge from around the world. Tune in to the radiant archetypes of this beautiful oracle through the messages, rituals, and affirmations, and you will activate their attributes in you. So dive into the divine, discover the sparkling truths in your depths, and let clarity, inspiration, awareness, and confidence ripple through your everyday. And then you get some example images on the back. This is the second deck that Suzy Cherub has created together with Laila. Let's see, what's her name again? Laila Savolainen, which sounds kind of like a Finnish or Icelandic name. The deck has gorgeous backs. I didn't even know that this was what the backs look like, and they look divine, and they're on really good matte, buttery soft matte cardstock, which is one of my favorites. And I already used this deck extensively. As a matter of fact, and I'm not gonna lie, I was unable to put this deck down. That's how fond of it I am, actually. We start, funnily enough, with my favorite illustration in the whole set, which is Lord Shiva. Now, what's really interesting about this is that this is not just any random water-based mermaid-esque deck. There is a lot of rhyme and reason to the way this deck has been constructed. And that's, I have to say, what I love about all of Suzy's decks. She did the Star Temple, the Fairy Temple, and now this one. They're all very much grounded in research in the real world and in mythology. So it's a very good mix of, well, I wouldn't even say channeled bits. It's a very good mix of different types of research. For example, for this Oracle deck, it's based upon Suzy's personal travels. Most of the water temples mentioned in this book are water temples that she has actually visited. So I do find that highly inspiring. So sometimes you will see deities where you're kind of like, hey, why is this one in here? For example, Shiva. But we're going to look that up right now because it is in the guidebook. But where is it? Always difficult. Okay, so, why Shiva in this deck? Because Shiva belongs to the Mother Temple suit. And, Shiva's destruction clears imperfections and makes way for new beginnings. Ganga, which is the leading goddess guide of this suit, collaborates with Shiva as they rely on each other. Their relationship is a continual act of balance. Shiva regulates the overflow of water from Mother Ganga to prevent flooding, and she extinguishes his building inferno. So, you know, nothing was just in here because we like new agey things. Everything is put in here for a reason. I am really fond of the way that Laila, the illustrator, illustrates her work. I have the Star Temple by her. I do believe she also did a Crystal Oracle together with Tony Carmine Salerno that I haven't checked out yet. And then there's another Oracle, the Oracle of Doorways, I'd like to say, but I'm not quite sure. But I do like her work a lot. So this is not, I believe, pre-existing artwork. This is artwork that was specifically made for this deck, and it's kind of modern art, photo manipulation, Photoshop in a very cool looking high fantasy style that I really, really dig. And I feel like, although I adore the Fairy Temple as well, also because of that research that is in the guidebook, I believe that Suzy's at her best when she works with a collaborator like Laila. So I don't know if it's Laila or Laila. Laila, I think. So, yeah, before we even start, when we look at the card, we see the title, we see sort of a subtitle, and then we see an affirmation. In the guidebook, there is lots of information. So I just told you about the temple that Shiva belongs to. For each suit, you get a sort of an introduction of the leading goddess guide, supporting guide or guides, sacred water site that this temple belongs to, the different symbols that we shall encounter, the archetype, and then there's also a suit ritual, which I like a lot, and a suit affirmation. So then we're going to go to Shiva, because that's a card that we're looking at right now. Shiva, Lord Shiva, Divine Fusion, I unite with sacred synergy. So that's what we see on the card. Then we get flow words: destroy, sustain, enlighten. And I love this. In the Fairy Temple Oracle, these flow words are actually on the cards. I don't really miss them here because we're already getting a lot of information. It's just that, you know, they could have been on there but there's already so much good stuff to work with here. So then you get your guidance bit, and then for each card you get a bit of research that Suzy has done to kind of back up, you know, to kind of show us and kind of teach us about this deity, or like we said before, this water site, or this goddess, or this symbol. So I feel like that is really, really, really good about this guidebook. I have to be honest with you, unless it's a review copy, I rarely ever read Oracle guidebooks front to back, but I read this front to back. Suzy is a tremendous writer. She has a lot of spreads in here as well. So there's, of course, 1 card, 2 card, 3 card, 5 card spread, and then even an 8 card spread. So that's very interesting, very good. Then we get all these temples, and there's so much information. Like, I really love that we get sort of a system here, with each suit having its own introductory couple pages, and then a ritual for each suit. I like that a lot. And then, you know, for each card, there's so much information. This is a, let's not count all the, if you don't count the about the author page, it's 178 pages and they're filled to the brim. Suzy's writing style is not woolly. Suzy's style is not, she chooses her words wisely, and I just love that. So Lord Shiva is my favorite card in the deck. And then we get the God of the Nile. So what I like about Suzy's decks is that there's always masculine representation here. I really like this one as well, the Holy Wells of Ireland, Alchemy, I Harness My Magic, where we get the maiden, mother, crone, and the imagery actually shows a maiden, a mother, and a crone, and it's so vibrant. Laila's artwork is so vibrant. So we get all these different cultures. So you get things from Buddhism, Hinduism, Inca culture, Celtic, Norse, all these, the Lourdes Grotto is basically its own suit. So all these different sacred water spaces around the world kind of make up this oracle deck. So it all starts with that sacred water space, and from there we're looking at which deities are tied to this, which lore, which folklore is tied to this. I really like that approach in oracle decks. It shows me that the creator had a very strong concept behind it, that it was created with multiple layers, it was created with intention. I really like this imagery too, by the way. I feel like the deck was created with a lot of respect for these different cultures rather than taking from them. For example, with this card, card 39, we get the god Viracocha. And what's really cool, in his little information bit, she writes, Viracocha is the chief god of the Incas. He's also known as Huiracocha, Huiracoca, and Huirococha. So we get all these different ways of pronouncing the deity's name in order for us to be respectful. Suzy shows that she has done more than just, you know, go to www.spiritanimals.com and copy paste the information that was on there. And which, you know, we've all seen people do. There's a lot of copy pasting going on. And but this is legit, like really well written. I'm not going to read all the titles aloud on every card. You guys get that. I really adored the Indonesian suit included in the deck. We, as Dutch people, have a very strong bond with Indonesia, unfortunately, because we colonized them. However, Indonesian culture and Dutch culture are very mixed. And it's a stunning culture, and it has such richness. Obviously, Aphrodite is in this deck. One of the Aphrodite suit cards is one of my favorite cards. The Tara Buddhism is in here. I adore this. There's lots of age diversity in this deck as well. And it's just really stunning. I love the Lourdes suit as well. This goddess of the Nile. Look at the fierceness. Opulence. Yes. Goddess Sulis. Really adore that sort of. Yes, this was the Aphrodite card that I love so much. But there's more. The Saraswati temple. Stunning. Like, it's all very... Another gorgeous Aphrodite card. Aphrodite and Aries. So sensual. So sexual. So potent. Goddess Bridget, which is interesting because normally you'd be like, hey, but she is linked to the element of fire very often. Yes, but her folklore also ties her to several springs. So all of that is explained in the guidebook. So even if you are into gods and goddesses and other guides, this is a very interesting, like I knew quite a bit of the stuff that's in this book, but even I was very surprised by some of the tidbits of information that Suzy presented us with. So, once again, well written. I dig a well-written deck. Yeah, it's just stunning. This is another one of my favorite cards, Ran and Aegir. Gorgeous, gorgeously illustrated. I really feel like Laila is kind of coming into her own more and more, with each deck she does. Really stunning, really refined. I love this one as well. Goddess Anuket, Detachment, I Choose Me. This gives me, the reader, a lot of information to work with during a reading. This Lady of the Lake card is stunning too. I mean, come on. I know I use the word stunning a lot, but it is a really good deck. Like, everybody knows, and that's why I don't get that much PR from publishers, because they know I don't sugarcoat my tits. I was mildly negative, but mostly very positive about one deck once, and I immediately got blacklisted by that publisher, and I was like, okay, whatever. And, you know, so you guys know that I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I have to say, though, through the years, Suzy and I have sort of become pals, online pals. We message each other a lot, but very objectively, me looking at this, I can go, yes, this deck makes sense. It looks really good. It's well designed. It shows us how Oracle decks, and even mass market produced Oracle decks at that, can have great depth to them and can teach us stuff. This is what I love using Oracle decks for. It's kind of an interactive study sometimes, you know. I don't have a deck about the different water temples in the world and how they, for years, have had functions, magical functions, you know. I think that's super interesting. This is one of the Indonesian cards, and I adore this. Like, Goddess Devi Shri, fertility. I embrace wisdom, joy, and prosperity. And this Lourdes Grotto, I mean, come on. Like, this is an iconic image. And you will see you will see within a suit similar characters return, because the suit is about them. So this was actually one that I loved as well, that blue Tara. However, I'm just going to look it up because I'm sure that it will make sense. The Trailblazer Temple. Tara arose in Hinduism as a goddess of deep compassion. She entered Buddhism around the 6th century and became especially venerated in Tibetan Buddhism. Tara has 21 aspects, revealing the intricate complexity of the sacred feminine. In all her forms, Tara's power arises from her deep and unbound empathy. The Tara is in here because of the Himalayas. The snow-capped Himalayas separate the Indian subcontinent from Tibet. The Himalayas are home to thousands of glaciers, hundreds of lakes, and are the source of some of Asia's major rivers. See, I didn't get that, but now I do. That's the sacred water site. So that makes a lot of sense to me now. Once again, Goddess Ran, fate, I catch a break. Like, wordsmiths excite me. And Suzy's a wordsmith. Once again, I'm very critical. Rarely ever do I come across an Oracle deck creator who is mass market and who didn't do the art themselves, where I'm like, yes, this is an equal contribution between a writer and artist. Because it's obviously very easy to say, oh, you know, you just wrote a couple, like, affirmations and a very thin book. There's so much information here. There's so much research that was done. And you can just feel it from working with this deck because everything just fits so seamlessly together. And yeah, I just can't get enough of it. I remember when I got the Star Temple, I didn't really know what to think of that yet because obviously it was her first deck. And when I found out that it wasn't about the Pleiadians so much in the New Age sense, you know, alien Pleiadians, but more the mythology around the Pleiadians, I was like, yes, this is my... And how that deck was constructed, yes, that deck became such a favorite that I started using it weeks and weeks in a row. It's just so good. This is really pretty too. I mean, look at that. It's just really... And look at this little Buddhist monk. Oh, there's this really cute little girl in the Star Temple Oracle, and I feel like they would be friends. So let me shuffle a card. I hope you guys weren't too annoyed with me not pronouncing every card name. It's on that lovely Blue Ellen cardstock, which is 400 GSM, buttery matte finish. I was like, because I had the Star Temple and this downstairs, and I'm kind of gearing up for my tarot deck, which is going to be on Oracle-sized cards. So I was like, do I dare to make my tarot deck 400 GSM as well? So I put the Star Temple and the Water Temple together, because you could make one mega deck out of it. And I could shuffle it, but it was a bit uncomfortable. So yeah, with Blue Angel Oracle decks and other 400 GSM Oracle decks, you're not really supposed to riffle shuffle 400 GSM cardstock because it doesn't have a core. So this will bow over time. You can like reverse that process by shuffling it the other way around. So yeah, I always riffle shuffle everything I get. Ooh, we got one of my favorite cards. Ran and Aegir, co-creation. I unite with the power of love. Such a lovely story, the story of Ran and Aegir. Really, really, really stunning. And once again, these are deities that we don't really hear a lot about either. Like, there's a lot of deities in this deck that we've never seen in any other decks. And I really like that. Like, I love exploring. I love learning. So, Ran and... oh, no. Hold up. So, we are right now in the Temple of the Awakener, where the leading goddess guide is Ran. The supporting guides are King Aegir, the 9 daughters of Ran and Aegir. The sacred sites are the Norwegian fjords and northern oceans, and the symbols are storms, scars, and seals. The archetype that belongs to this suit is the Awakener, because Ran is the Norse goddess of destiny. The Awakener grows through life's challenges and knows the power of acceptance, surrender, and spiritual reckoning. Then you get an Awakener ritual, which I'm not going to read, but they're all, you know, easy to do. They're kind of these mindfulness exercises, magically written. But once again, it's short and concise, yet very, very, very beautifully written. And there's an art in that. So, Ran and Aegir. Co-creation, I unite with the power of love. Flow words, adore, share, collaborate. Ran and Aegir sacred union is one of synchronistic co-creation. Forehead to forehead, with their third eyes touching, they have an intense telepathic connection and joint life vision. They share dreams, plans, and triumphs. They certify that an incoming or current relationship is a match blessed by the gods. So this is the guidance bit, right? This dynamic partnership is fated for greatness. Your energies and gifts complement each other. Okay. Together you can craft a life, home, and soulful assignments that are forever expanding in contentment and kindness. As you work together, you will attract opportunities and build a shared vision on love and respect for all. You face challenges as one, meet your differences with mutual care, make time to enjoy small pleasures, and support each other's achievements. There are countless blessings within your daily interactions. In every partnership in life, respectful communication creates a space of greater plans, grander solutions, and broader achievements. Support, honesty, and kindness sustain relationships that endure and satisfy all parties. This card speaks of a precious partnership. Side by side, you craft and care for your realm with equity and unity. There's no place like a home shared with love. Did you guys hear how well written that was? Now for the information bit. So that is in script here. So, according to Norse mythology, Aegir and Ran live in a majestic hall beneath the sea. Together they personify the mythical powers of the ocean. Aegir represents the ocean's more diplomatic and generous aspects, while Ran's qualities reflect a more tactical and quick-witted character. Aegir and Ran delight in a close friendship with the Norse gods, who are regular visitors to their ocean hall. United in a strong bond, the couple are proud parents of their 9 enchanting daughters. Did you hear my accent go there? Who represent the ocean's waves. Summon this dynamic couple when you are ready for an intensely intimate connection and reciprocal partnership. This may be a twin flame, soulmate, or the deepening of an existing relationship. So yeah, that's great. I'm not very much into twin flame stuff. However, I find it funny that it's really funny. I did a reading earlier for someone, not using this deck, but a tarot deck, and the words twin flame came to me in that reading as well. So maybe the universe is trying to tell me something. However, this set, I wish more people were talking about it, because I feel like I haven't even uncovered half of the potential that this Oracle deck has, and this needs to be, this deck needs to be celebrated way more. It's been quite long already. I mean, it's just a quick flip through and my thoughts, but I just really, when I really like something, and that doesn't happen that often, honestly, I kind of want to spend my time, especially in the mass market realm. I feel like there's a lot of recycled ideas and a lot of recycled art, and this is such a strong co-creation between Suzy and Laila. So, love this and love you all. Bye-bye. Good night.